I don't even know what the hell canasta is. I know it's a card game, but I don't. It's an old-fashioned kind of card game.
Yeah. Yeah, they played cards a lot.
They played Hangman, which is hilarious. They would use the most obscure, ridiculous, hilarious words during Hangman. They would sit at the kitchen table having their tea or their coffee, playing Hangman, and they'd come up with the dumbest words so they couldn't guess it. They couldn't guess the word. And they got such a kick out of it because when they finally got the word, they were like, ah, ha, ha, ha. That was a big joke amongst them.
Mm-hmm.
They both like to do. They still like to do the newspaper even up to the day he died. They both did like the crossword puzzles and the jumbles in the newspaper. I don't know if they had books of crossword puzzles and jumbles as well.
Yeah, I think my mother did.
So that was something that he's bringing up as well. I'm getting lilacs again, so I don't know if there's something special about a lilac bush somewhere, something else.
Maybe my mother has one.
Yeah, I feel like there might be one on the property that he had. He's very fond of that. Very fond of the scent of lilacs. Yeah, maybe that's okay. People have phantom smells. Mm-hmm. If you smell lilacs, that's definitely a sign from him as well.
Do you know what lilac smells like? I don't.
I do.
It's the lavender.
I have them on my property. I had them growing up.
Yeah, it's a lavender smell.
That's
my favorite. That's my favorite.
Oh, maybe that's why he's bringing it up so much.
It could be.
But also,
lilacs are my favorite flower.
If you smell them,
smell.
If somebody gifts them to you, it's from him. If somebody just comes up and says, "Here, I picked these off my bush for you." That's from him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you smell it coming through the air, that's him.
Yeah.
That's his way of saying hello. He's picking that particular flower.
That's good. That was him
flowers.
coming through earlier to me with cigarette smoke under my nose.
Yes, he was smelling smoke.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I started thinking about him.
He said that he didn't smoke cigarettes. He smoked cigars once in a while.
Well, did he drop me a hint earlier?
I don't remember that. I don't remember cigars. He was a heavy cigarette smoker.
It must have been him.
Yes, he was a heavy cigarette smoker. Heavy.
Must have been.
Yeah.
He said he was very clean though. His ashtrays are always pristine. It was never like there was ashes all over the place. And you know what I'm saying? He goes, when you think of a smoker, you think of dirty ashes. And he goes, a very clean smoker.
Yeah.
I didn't get ashes everywhere. My ashtrays were clean. Yeah. And there wasn't like because there wasn't dust all over my house. He's very clean. He's very proud of the fact that he was very neat and clean and organized. He organized everything all the time. Talking about organizing things, he might have been like one to organize family reunion kind of type of person. Is that what he's talking about, organizing family reunions and things like that?
No, that I don't remember.
No family reunions.
No.
Did he organize your wedding? Or did he organize somebody's event, like an event like that? If it's not a family reunion, would it be a wedding? Would it be?
I don't remember that.
Was he a part of your wedding planning?
He was in my wedding, not in my wedding, but he was like at my wedding. I didn't get a picture with anybody else, but just him and I.
Okay.
So maybe he's talking about that.
Okay.
Could be the wedding thing, because when I put his pictures on the board at the funeral, then that might have been.
They wanted the pictures up there.
Because there is one of him and I at my wedding.
He said he would put you in a headlock and give you noogies on the head.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
He's saying you carried that tradition on with one of your children, or both. You have a child or two. You did that too yourself.
A little clarification.
It's funny. I never did my children. I should have. But he just had the biggest sense of humor. He was just hilarious. He's such a bright, shining light.
Yes.
He was definitely not totally religious, but he was definitely spiritual and religious. He was of the light. He was
because he never went to church.
But he was of the light. He was there's nothing dark about him. He was definitely there's Jesus in his soul kind of thing. You know what I mean?
So he's in heaven then?
Oh yeah.
What time?
Because I wonder about that.
Oh
when
yeah.
You go to heaven.
Oh yeah.
He didn't go to church.
Well, he says you don't have to go to church. God is everywhere. Jesus, you could talk to Jesus. Especially I talk to Jesus all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
So he goes, but absolutely. He said my soul was pure. My soul was very pure. He's saying to me, he's saying that there's no way in hell I'd go to hell.
No, he wouldn't.
He goes, he goes, what did I ever do wrong in my life that, what I
even told her earlier that he's there.
The first thing he did was show me the flowers where he wasn't, in heaven, and try to explain he was in heaven and show me what it looked like to him.
Yeah.
He's actually on a lake with there's a weeping willow tree, there's a lake, there's a field, there's the flowers, I don't know why a lake in particular, but maybe that's something sometimes heaven is what your mind creates in its own way. So this is what this is what it looks like, his heaven looks like. But this is a place you're going to go with him when you pass.
Yeah.
So when you, he's definitely going to come to you in your dreams if he hasn't already. He's going to show you the place. He's going to start showing you the place that I'm seeing, so you know where you're going when you pass. Because you're going to go.
What is the address and the name of the cemetery again?
There's no house because you don't need a house. But there's a lake. There's a field of flowers, field of grass, and what the hell did I even say? What was my mind? I just got something about sunglasses. Did he have like expensive pair of sunglasses, or did he wear them indoors to be funny, or what was there some joke about sunglasses?
I don't remember. He did wear sunglasses, yes, and he always worked outside with, so he always had them on.
I don't know if they were expensive, but he was very proud of the sunglasses, or why he'd bring it up.
I don't know.
Does anyone ever? Maybe he wants you to have his sunglasses. Whatever happened to his sunglasses?
I don't know.
He had quite a few pair.
I'll have to ask my mom.
He had quite a few pair. So if you were to wear his sunglasses, you'd be honored.
Oh, okay.
So she still has at least one pair he cut around that house because he had a lot of sunglasses.
I'll have to find out.
He's saying I was always outside with the flowers. He goes, I have so many sunglasses. So many sunglasses. I just bought a new pair for the hell of it all the time.
Yeah.
He might have had reading glasses, but he didn't need glasses until like 40, 45 years old.
Right.
But he had readers, I think.
I think so.
At the end. And he's showing me stuff doing crossword puzzles with the readers on. He's showing me stuff in a velvet reclining rocking chair.
That he was in that?
Yeah.
At his house?
Yeah, he's showing me that's what he sat in at home.
Maybe they do have a recliner.
It's a recliner and it's a rocker as well. But it's also velvet.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting a tannish color, but I could be wrong about the color. I'm not 100% sure on the color, but he's saying velvet clearly. And he said that was his chair where he did his crossword puzzles or his word jumbles. He's showing me the book. I can't tell which it is.
Oh, okay.
He's showing me the jumble or the crossword puzzle, the little book and stuff. He read a lot. He actually did, because the fact that he had readers, he used them, he said, because he actually did a lot of reading. So he wasn't necessarily... he had the TV on all the time for company, but he would read while the TV was on.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He said a lot of the stuff he watched was reruns because, and that way it was just noise in the background sometimes that he didn't have to necessarily pay attention to.
Did he tell you which shows he used
Criminal
to watch?
Minds is the first thing that he said.
Yeah.
He said I watched a lot of reruns of Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
In the background all the time.
There's a couple other shows that he used to watch.
But NYPD Blues.
Yeah.
He's saying he's an Ion fan. If it came on Ion, I watched the reruns of everything on Ion.
Yeah, he always watched reruns, yes.
But the reason I watched the reruns, he goes, was first of all, he goes, you catch things the fifth time around that you didn't catch the fourth or third time. You always catch something new if you're paying attention. And plus, you don't have to pay attention because you already know pretty much what's going on. You can tune in when you want to and tune out when you want to. It was more just something interesting in the background because he liked the noise. So if he wasn't having the television on, he would have the radio going. He liked the noise in the background. He didn't he wasn't fond of the silence the way I am.
Right. That is true.
He was talkative. He was social. He was not a silent person. Did not like to. He was not introverted and quiet and to himself whatsoever.
No.
So there's that. He's saying you're the same way, extrovert, outgoing.
Yes.
You're the same. Very similar personalities we had. He's saying. So as far as the laughing thing goes, you're the same way.
Yep.
Laughing at everything, inappropriate or not. Things
like
that.
She's a card.
A card, all right.
Oh my God! Have you saved any cards from him? That Steve just said that. He's confirming that you've saved some kind of cards from him.
The picture of him at the funeral. That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
And I have it in my wallet.
Cool. Let me see.
I think I do. I'm pretty sure I have it with me.
He says there's a saying on it that he wants me to say.
That's him.
When
he was younger. I don't know if I have it with me, but there is a saying on it. Yes.
He says the saying on is important. That's why I want to read it. Or if you could take a picture and screenshot
and send
it to
it
me.
to you.
Yeah,
I can.
Because he wants me personally to read the saying because you obviously have the card. But there's a saying on the card that whoever picked. Did you help with the picking of the funeral and stuff? Did you pick the saying on the card? Because he's really proud. He's really thrilled with whoever picked the saying on the card.
I don't remember who picked it.
I feel like it's you because he's saying it's you.
Oh, okay. I don't.
And he's saying that you did a good job with the entire helping with the arrangements and stuff like that.
Yeah, I did.
And back to flowers, he said the flowers were beautiful. Whoever arranged the flowers, both. He says you and there's another girl. Is it a cousin that helped you out with the funeral, or
me, my mother?
Somebody did the flowers really awesome on his whole entire his for his wake and stuff. There was flowers.
Yeah, there was.
They were amazing. He said they were really amazing. There was well done, job well done.
Yeah,
I've seen some funerals where the flowers weren't well done. So
yeah, no, they were very pretty and very big and.
Because he was all about flowers to begin with, so that floated
yeah.
that really floated his boat, and he was grateful to you for being able to handle the planning of any of the services because you and your mom were the most devastated. So you and your mom were at the funeral home trying to make arrangements, and you may have thought, did I do this right? Did I do this wrong? That he would you maybe question yourself because you're kind of out of you weren't in your right mind because you may have questioned your picks. He said, but. He said because you're not in your right minds, he was coming through and picking this up for himself basically. And so the choices you made were unconsciously just coming from him because you weren't there, so to speak.
Right. Oh, okay.
So you did So you did everything he would have wanted.
Oh, okay.
So if you ever any doubt yourself, did we give him the proper send off, so to speak? Yes.
Yep.
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay, good. So he was happy with that.
He really was.
Oh, good.
He really was. He said there's a really big turnout to his funeral.
Yep.
He says it's funny how many people. It reminds me of the meme that we were talking about. How many people turn up at the funeral who kind of didn't want nothing, didn't talk to him, didn't call him, didn't write him, didn't. But the next thing you know, he goes, my funeral comes up and everybody and their cousins there, and where were they when I was alive?
Yeah.
It's such a well-attended funeral for somebody that no one ever visited.
Yeah. I don't know what he means to that, but I'm sure he means something.
Well, I think
there's probably a few people that were there that hadn't come.
Yes, I think there were people who showed up that really should have showed up more often in real life, and he's dismayed with them.
Oh, okay.
Like maybe cousins that were grown up that were close. So he's like that should have been visiting more often. Should have been there towards the end. Should have been there for him, but he was disappointed. And then of course they show up at the funeral like he's his best friend, and crying like he was the best friend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he goes, so that was disappointing because where was he in real life? He sure was remorseful at that point, but he was maybe he was remorseful. He wasn't there, at the end.
Right.
So he's kind of saying it was ironic. There's more than one person though. It wasn't just him. There's more than one person that he's expected to have been closer at the end of his life. That to show up at the funeral acted like it was their biggest loss in the world, they didn't show him that love in real life.
Oh, I don't know.
But the attention that
Yeah.
They had company a lot, so there wasn't like they were recluses, like people didn't come over. But the people who did come over, who didn't come over, are the ones that when they show up at the funeral was like, yeah, this one over here and that one. Where were you when you didn't come to see me at the end? And
right.
So people, because I think that people knew he was going. People knew he was not doing well.
Nobody knew.
Did they know he wasn't doing well though?
I don't think anybody knew. He just died suddenly.
Wow.
Yeah, nobody knew. Nobody even knew that he was sick. He never showed no signs.
Right.
Because again, he was always happy.
Yeah, he was. He said, I didn't feel a thing, which is a blessing. I didn't feel a thing when I passed, absolutely. It was a blessing.
So he didn't suffer.
He's not one bit, no. He goes, I was sleeping, and the next thing you know, I was in heaven. So it was just like, whoa, what's going on around here? He's like, it took me a minute to realize I was dead, to be honest with you. Because it was confusing because he never woke up and
the cat and the flower blew me away. The orange cat and the orange flower.
Yeah, orange is a big color, so I don't know if that's one of his favorite colors as well. If you think other things that are orange, because the orange cat, the orange flower, those two things that are orange in particular.
I hope that flower is still there because I'm going to take a picture of it and show it to you.
All right.
You would be blown away because I am. I'm very blown away. But happy.
He did say you looked a lot alike because he's shown me his eyes compared to your eyes, but you showed me a picture.
Yeah.
And you already said at the rrestaurant that you guys looked a lot alike, and
yes,
you guys looked like twins more of those because he had a twin.
Yep.
The twin wasn't close to him towards the end. I don't know if they had a rift or he.
No,
the twin
was just my brother Frank is like that.
Yeah, he's saying that he wished that the twin had a closer relationship with him, and that was sad that he didn't.
He didn't live around here.
It was sad that he didn't have a chance to really bond with him the way he wanted to. He kind of grew up and went his own way.
Yep. He did. He's right about that.
He's showing me a perfectly clean litter box. He's very proud of being clean, man. Very proud of being clean. He's worried about somebody cleaning for Mom now.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if the house needs help or if somebody needs help, or she needs. Does she need? Does she need help with the cleaning? Does she need help with watering the plants? Does she need? He's worried about Is everything falling apart now that I've gone?
Right.
And who's keeping her company? Is anyone going over there often enough to check on her, laugh with her?
She's married.
He's saying he's not a hell of a lot of company.
He's not good.
Yeah, he's not. He's saying.
I won't be reading this to my family.
Okay.
I won't be saying anything.
He's saying he would
because
he said it wasn't like he was there at all.
No, he wasn't.
I don't know if he wasn't there physically or he wasn't.
Well, he was there physically.
He didn't give a shit.
He didn't help.
He didn't care.
He wasn't very
He didn't
helpful.
give no shits. So she could be over there, suffering, or her plants are suffering, or her cats are suffering with a dirty litter box, and he doesn't give no shits.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna get up and do nothing about it.
No.
So he's worried about your mother being taken care of because the stepfather ain't taking care of her for it all.
Right.
He did all the taking care of her. So go check on Mom more often and make sure that things are just so, because is the stepfather's name like with another R name, like Ralph or something?
Roland.
Okay.
Wow, he's really coming through.
Yeah, he's shaking his head and rolling his eyes about Roland. He's like,
yeah. He loved Roland, but at the same time, he didn't like the way he was.
He wouldn't treat your mother good enough. He wasn't there for your mother enough. So not that he didn't like him as a person, and hey, let's have a beer and jollies together. Right, but it was the way. Now that he's gone, he's the one left to take care of your mother, and he's doing a shit ass job. Is what he's saying.
Yeah.
So somebody needs to go in there and check on Mom more often because
the houses would be messy, and my sisters would go over and clean it.
He says Roland is not like the kitty litter box, so that's definitely not getting done often
there's
enough.
No kitty over there.
Oh, there isn't.
So he must have been talking about one that he had.
He said he was the kitty box cleaner.
He was.
I'm glad they don't have a cat, because if Roland was litter box go to hell, and the cat would be pissing and shitting all over the house, bro.
Yep.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't do much. He says, do people cook for her? Do people know how she's doing as far as eating goes? He used to cook for her, and Roland's not really a good cook if he does it at all.
She always cooks.
Just make sure she's still okay with the cooking.
Oh, I will.
I don't know.
Sure.
She's saying something about the cooking.
Okay.
I don't know if he helped her with the cooking, or if that's...
I think
he helped her with so much shit. There's so much shit he did for her that Roland's not doing, that he's worried about who's taking care of Mommy. He gets to Mommy, like, not Mom, Mommy. Who's taking care of Mommy,
Yeah, he was very close to my mother. Very.
So he's saying all the other kids are just like Roland, they couldn't give a shit less, but if you could be the one to go take care of Mommy, make sure she's okay over there.
I will.
He says they may have to downsize more over there. If they're in the house now, they have to downsize into like some kind of senior apartment living or something like that. Money's a thing that's going on. There's a money problem that's going on. I think he was providing some income to the family that now when he passed, that they're in a place where they might have to sell the house and move into some kind of senior housing, is what he said.
Well, what they did, what he's concerned about, what they did is he was paying money. They had a car payment that he paid, so they got rid of the car. So that's probably. But
also he said the house is going to be a situation where they have to sell the house as well.
Oh, okay.
So just hopefully you could be prepared to handle and help with that, because again, your brothers and sisters are not present for your mother.
They're not around here.
Oh, so they're not physically. They're not.
And even when they
they're not geographically around.
My sister Chris always helped her, but not my other sister. But so I'm sure he is worried.
So he's definitely worried a lot about your mom, and he goes, when it comes to moving, it's a very scary thing. She's been in the house for a long time, and just the sense of change at that age is very. So she's going to kind of need her hand to be held, emotional support when she does have to move anywhere, with help with her belongings, downsizing, getting rid of some things to the thrift store. No one ever wants to get rid of their stuff, and she's going to have to let a lot of stuff go, because if you're downsizing from this a house to a smaller senior complex.
Well, they live in a mobile home.
So he said there's going to be things you're going to have to let go and get rid of. He goes, as far as my stuff, he goes, she's still holding on to a lot of stuff that's not necessary, and there's only a few things that are necessary to hold on to. He says, my clothes, please get rid of my clothes. That's ridiculous. Don't stop.
So he knows.
Stop holding on to my clothes and shoes. Please give them to the thrift shop. There's no sentimental value in my clothes. He's like, jewelry is one thing. He's like, that makes sense to hold on to my jewelry. My glasses, yes, hold on to my glasses. What else do you have? He might have had something like beer stein mugs or something like that.
Yes.
So those are something to hold on to.
Okay.
But he's definitely saying get rid of all my clothes. There's like a ton of clothes she's hoarding.
Yes.
He's saying that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's like, that's being ridiculous. He says, like, she's a clothes hoarder herself, and when she downsizes, she needs to get rid of her clothes too.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know why the hell she holds on to clothes. Like maybe she's from the Depression. I don't know why she holds on to her clothes. Like I'm a clothes hoarder, but I wear all my clothes
because she goes in different sizes. That could be why. That could be why.
But in general, he says every piece of his clothing is not sentimental. Stop it.
Right. Yeah.
So, I feel like she left his bedroom just the way he had it. Like she didn't change it into a gym or something.
No, because the frame is at my house. His clothes are still there. Yes. She did give like a few things away, like his watches and stuff to the family members.
Right. She's holding on to funny things like pillows, blankets. She's holding on to things that you said they gotta go.
Yeah.
There's no need for. When she goes to move, you need to use your discernment to know what shit to chuck and what shit to keep, because mom's gonna fight you tooth and nail to get rid of even one piece of his clothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you gotta somehow let her know that he doesn't.
Yeah. She don't need them.
She don't need them, and he says they're not sentimental. Their clothes are clothes. Bring them to a thrift shop. Bring them to a thrift shop and whatnot.
Yeah.
He showed me a pair of very white sneakers. He was very proud of the fact that he had Virgo in this guy's chart because he's organized, he's clean, and he had these white sneakers that had a little blue in them, and his sneakers are just so. They were like brand new. They were like, they always looked dressy and brand new. They never looked dirty. It's like never in a day in his life. So I feel like he had Virgo in his chart. He's born in December. I would be surprised if his ascendant or his moon or something was in Virgo. So. Do you have any questions that I can ask in particular?
Does he like me?
No, I like the fact that he's still with me.
You always ask that of everybody.
I don't think he'll ever leave. I just wanted to know if he suffered.
Oh, no.
He said no. Yeah. He said he went in sleep.
That was the only thing.
But he didn't wake up.
Yeah, he said it was weird because he didn't know what the hell happened at first, because he
like 1 second he was here, and the next second he was there with no pain.
Yeah.
So, she said that, I listened.
No, he said it was weird because he wasn't sure he was dead. When he was dead, he was confused. He didn't know if he was still sleeping or not.
Oh, okay.
Was it a dream or was it real? Am I dead? Am I alive? Because when you die in your sleep, you're not even sure what's going on.
Right. So so he was confused over that. Yes.
So he wasn't in any suffering, but he was confused as to whether he was alive or dead for a while.
Oh, okay.
How long did it take him?
He says time is irrelevant up here, so I don't know how to explain it. But long enough where I was like, what the fuck's going on around here? Am I dead? Am I alive? Where am I? What's going on?
So what does he think of me?
You.
Yeah, well, I hang around.
He thinks the coolest thing you do is connect people directly to people, and he wants to know if you can connect her to him. Can you connect her? If you could see him yourself, that would be.
All we have to do is, as long as she can look in my eyes, and we can remove the attachments, because we can't open up the gates of heaven with filth on it, so to speak. He understands that, right?
Yeah, you're listening.
Right. So even if he is there and he has somebody else who's been there that's strong enough to shine any residual light from there and any remnants that might still be on there that doesn't want to go, they can also blast it off so that we can connect her
He's
directly.
laughing, saying you're hilarious. He thinks even when you're angry, being a douchebag and filming confrontations on Facebook, he laughs. He thinks that. He's like, what an idiot.
He was never told that you do that.
What an idiot.
I was never told that Steve does that.
He hangs around you enough to hang around Steve when you're hanging out together, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
So basically, he was there when that shit went down with Dave. That's what he's finding out.
Okay.
Because here I was staring in the face.
That was the inappropriate thing he was laughing at when everybody else was like angry and trying to kill each other. He's like laughing his ass off. He thought that shit was hilarious. Personally.
Well, I was shrugging it off as well.
But he's laughing at you in general because he thinks your personality is your sense of humor is really up there. You know what I'm saying? That's what he appreciates in a person, is a sense of humor. That's like the biggest quality of a person.
That is one of my highest qualities.
Right, it is. It really is. I agree with you.
And he has a good sense of humor.
Well, you asked what he thought of you, so I'm just telling you what he thought. What he thinks of you.
That's cool. Well, I figured if he's loves her, that he's got to know what
he hangs around her enough to know who you are. Yeah.
He does love me. I do feel his love.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's around often.
Because whenever I would call my mother and I would say, "Where's Roger? Is he at your house or is he at Mark's?" And she'd say, "He's here." And he'd come out of his room and he'd say, "Is that Louise?" And she'd say, "Yep." And he'd say, "Tell her I love her." And she'd say, "She said that she don't love you." And he'd say, she didn't say that." And then he would laugh about it. You know, it would be a joke. between the two of them.
He laughed at everything.
Yes.
I can't believe he laughed at the argument between you and David. I would have been like crying my eyes out because it'd be too much for me to handle. And he's over there laughing his ass off like, yeah, this is a comedy show. This is fucking hilarious. Look at this guy go. Look at this guy go. Look at that guy go. Look at, like it was a TV show or something to him. You know?
I'm sure he's protecting me through it all.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Always protect. You're very, very protected. Yeah, you're very, very protected.
Always did. Always was with him. Always.
Yeah. And he says if anything blows, like I keep saying microwave. Like if you blow a microwave, that's him.
Yes. Oh my God, the microwave. They had to go down and reset the breaker.
Okay, so that's him.
Oh my God.
He's trying to tell me the signs he's coming. He's doing his best to come through to you left and right. He's saying to write letters or say it right out loud during your prayers or whenever you're alone. Your problems, and you're going to get answers in the weirdest of ways.
Wow.
Because he's still going to help you by counseling you from the other side the way he did in real life.
Yeah,
he's going to give you the right advice in the weirdest ways. Like you're going to get the answers like you don't in the ways that you won't imagine because obviously he can't speak directly to you, but you're going to get the answers to your questions. And he is asking Steve to connect you directly to him, and you're going to be blown away when that happens.
You want to? We can try to do it right now.
Yeah, go to my house.
I gotta run to the bathroom.
Well, my bathroom has a house. I'll be okay. Are you recording me? Oh no.
I like it.
That's good.
I want to listen to it.
When did you start recording? And is that going to be on Facebook?
As soon as you said, I wish we were recording.
But you kind of went